Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Here we go! Oh! Oh no! Oh my god! No way! Oh! It's Saber Oh, look at these fights! Hey guys, what is up? I'm back here with another Let's Talk About It video where we talk about everything going on in the movie, TV, and video game world. I am your host, Infinity, and we go around talking about topics I'm interested in, topics that I go out and find that I think interest me, and I think that will interest you as the viewer of this video. And if you guys have any topics you ever want me to cover, leave it in the comments down below. Let's get on to our topics today. We got a lot of really interesting topics and some topics that are going to be hard for me to talk about. And we'll talk about this topic first. We have lost someone very dear to me yesterday. Around like 3 o'clock yesterday, the news came out that James Earl Jones had died. The 93-year-old actor who many of you probably know from his iconic performance as the voice of Darth Vader, also as the voice of Mufasa, also, in movies like Field of Dreams. He was Greer in the Jack Ryan films. Movies, that I watched with my dad when I was a kid. Even in high school I watched these movies. And, we're going to look at a report by Deadline saying James Earl Jones dies, revered Field of Dreams star, Darth Vader voice, and Broadway regular was 93. And this is really hard to talk about, guys, for me. You might think that Darth Vader is the thing that I will remember James Earl Jones by. But really, when I think of James Earl Jones, I immediately go to Mufasa, the Lion King. Just because his performance, his voice is iconic. And that's in everything he was. The voice of Darth Vader, the voice of Mufasa, I can hear it in the echo of my mind just sing everything the light touches is our kingdom. That is iconic. And it's a voice, I remember so much as a kid, James Earl Jones, I never realized that, but was such a big part of my childhood. If that's watching Star Wars, hearing that voice, Luke, I am your father. And if that's to, like I said, hearing Mufasa, But he also was more than just those roles, You look at his work in Field of Dreams, one I believe is one of the best sports movies ever made in the sports genre. His role in that film was emotional, and it was the first time I'd really seen him in a dramatic role kind of in my life in that film. And I come from a very much of a baseball family. My family loves baseball. We worship baseball in our family, and we try to watch every baseball movie there is. And I still go back to Field of Dreams, and I still go back to that performance. And then there's others. I also come from a family. My family also loves the Jack Ryan films, and I remember watching him in the Jack Ryan movies as Greer. And my parents would always say, that's Greer right there. No one else would be Greer except James Earl Jones, and he was Greer. He was iconic, and it's kind of tearing me up to talk about that now he's gone, because it almost doesn't feel real that this legendary man, this legendary actor who has been in countless films that we all remember, is now gone. And I really hope that wherever he is right now, he's maybe up there with Carrie Fisher, smiling down on us. And, I just want to say, of course, thank you to Mr. Jones. Thank you so much for everything you did for us. The millions of people you inspired for your performances. You are someone I believe should go down as one of the most iconic actors and voice actors of our generation. And I'm just honored that I got to see you perform in these films. And my biggest regret now is that I'll never have the chance to meet this man, because if I just had a chance to shake his hand, I would say thank you. Thank you. You got me through some tough times, with your movies, and you also brought me and my family closer together. So thank you, James Earl Jones. Rest in peace. And, I hope, that we will continue to live on your legacy in Mufasa, in Star Wars, as Darth Vader. You will always remember for that. But to me, I will remember you for your performance in Field of Dreams and how much that meant to me and to my family. But guys, that's kind of my serious topic right here. Sadly, we have lost dear legendary actor James Earl Jones. What do you guys think? What has James Earl Jones' acting performance had an impact on you for? What movie are you going to remember him by? Leave it comments down below. Let's move on to our next topic here today. Now that we kind of got through our serious topic, a hot topic, we can start talking about some other movie news. Harry Potter. A new Harry Potter series is coming to Max, the new streaming service for HBO Max, a place where you go to watch HBO. One of the stupidest slogans I've ever heard in my life. But we got this new series coming, and it's been very much yay or nay. For me, I don't understand why we need to go do this. You could tell so many other stories in the Harry Potter world. I just feel like this is just them trying to live off the hype of Harry Potter. But we got this Harry Potter series coming, and we've all been wondering who are going to play our three main leads: Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Well, according to Deadline, they might not actually be well-known actors. According to them, Harry Potter HBO Series starts search for Harry, Ron, and Hermione with open casting call. Now, I saw this on Instagram yesterday where Warner Brothers and HBO, they kind of put out a little poster saying they're going to the UK to go find actors and an actress to play these roles. So it's going to be a very, very big role. And, I think they're kind of doing what they did. I feel like a lot of shows are doing now. You look at shows like One Piece. You look at shows like, I believe, the new Karate Kid. They did an open casting call as well. They really want to find actors that fit these personas. They don't want to just go find a copycat Daniel Radcliffe. They don't want to go find a copycat. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking. Why am I thinking of Emma Stone when I think of Hermione? Guys. Why am I blanking on her? Emma Watson. My God. Why can't I remember? God. There's so many stories, so many things I want to talk about today. I'm still on the James Earl Jones is still wrecking me right now. So give me a second, guys. So Emma Watson. They don't want a copycat Emma Watson. You don't want a copycat Rupert Grint. You want to find, maybe young actors who can bring a bit of different gravitas to the world. This is kind of going to be Harry Potter for the next generation. And next generation kids are going to grow up with this Harry Potter. Of course, I grew up as a kid with the Harry Potter movies coming out. When I think of Harry Potter, I think of Daniel Radcliffe. I think of Alan Rickman's Severus Snape. I think of Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley. And, the one thing, that made us a comment is, me and my brother, we loved Harry Potter growing up. And we watched it all the time. We would always, recite the lines. One of our favorite lines is, one of my lines is, when they go into the forest. I think it's either in the first or second movie. And you see Ron, he's like, I don't like spy tests. Me and my brother would recite that line over and over again. And we absolutely had a ball all the time. Now, I really don't want this to be a copycat of the original movies. They are following a book series. I'm like, they got to put their own spin on it. This is also a TV show. My big worry is that we're going to do the first season, and then we're going to the second season, and the kids are going to look like they should be able to go to college. That's my big worry because with TV shows nowadays, they really, really don't do them every year, every season. Like they used to. They do okay, we have a season here, and then we do 2 years later we have another season. I think if they got to do the show, they got to just shoot this back to back. Try to shoot, maybe the first two seasons, back to back. Just because you can get, two seasons with the kids young. And then maybe you go 3 and 4 where they're a bit, they look like they're about to go into high school. They look like freshmen, do that for 4, maybe 4 and 5. And then maybe 6, and the rest of them do it for they look like they're going to go to college now, You don't need to shoot each season back to back, because, you don't want, a little, 14-year-old going against Voldemort. That's not going to make a lot of sense. But, I think they got to pace this show a bit differently that they've been doing shows right now. They can't just wait, 5 years or 3 years to do another season to shoot it. No, they got to go right in, right out. I think that's the big thing of the show. And, I think if they don't do that, I think I'm going to be disappointed by it because I don't want to see a bunch of kids who are supposed to be, in 6th grade, look like they should be in high school. That should not happen. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is a smart move by Warner Brothers and HBO to go out and find actors, in an open casting call instead of just going out and finding specific actors for the roles? But hey, what do you guys think about this? And let's move on to our third topic here today. And this is a topic I'm very excited about. Dune. Dune is one of my favorite franchises in the world right now. Probably one of my favorite franchises of all time. I read the first book when the first movie was coming out, and I watched the first movie, and I'm gonna say this, guys, Dune Part 1 is my favorite movie of all time. I have watched that movie more times than I count. I think Timothée Chalamet is going to be looked at the end of his career as what he did with Paul Atreides. You know, I love Zendaya as Chani, Rebecca Ferguson, amazing. Josh Brolin, Florence Pugh, you know, the list goes on and on of all the great actors who have been in this movie series. And, you know, we do know a third movie is coming. And according to Denis Villeneuve, we finally have confirmation that it is actually coming now, and the scripts is almost done. According to comicbookmovie.com, Dune Messiah, Denis Villeneuve says script for third movie is officially in the works. So I'm surprised I haven't heard people really talking about this. Like, this is kind of big news because we still haven't gotten the confirmation that Dune 3 is happening. And, you know, we know it's been kind of whispered out there, but now it's official, guys. Dune 3 is coming, and I cannot be more excited. Now, my big worry is Dune Part 2 is regarded as a perfect movie. I do believe Dune Part 2 will win Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Put money on it right now. It will win Best Picture at the Academy Awards. I think it will be. I think, you know, it's going to get a lot of nominations at the Academy Awards this year. I think it still is, my opinion, the best movie we have gotten this year. Yeah. Would it be this year? Yeah. Okay, yeah. It came out March. I'm like, trying to remember, like, was it last year or this year? No. Dune came out this year. Okay. Dune is still, in my opinion, the best movie to come out this year. It is still the best movie. And I don't think anything will pass it unless Gladiator 2 is going to be the best movie of all time. Going to be the perfect movie as well. Gladiator 2 might top it, but I don't think so. And I cannot wait to see where this character is going. My one concern is that we know that Dune Messiah is a bit more of a lighter book. You know, there's not as much action. There's a lot more, you know, dialogue, drama, you know, existential crisis for our characters. And there is also a bit of a time jump in there. So my question is, you know, are we going to do a time jump, or are we just going to kind of continue, you know, maybe do not a huge time jump, maybe like 5 years? Because, you know, I think Paul Atreides' sister, you know, played by, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking, Anya Taylor-Joy, you know, might have a more relevant role in this third movie. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I believe that this third one might be the end of Denis Villeneuve's trilogy. This will be his final movie. I believe that makes sense. You know, mostly when directors do free films, you know, they're like, okay, I've done what I've done. I'm done. You know, I've done what I had to do. I've told everything I want to tell. I'll be done. And it will be disappointing to see, you know, because I love Denis Villeneuve. I think he's one of the best directors today in Hollywood. You know, I think he's going to have a lot of offers to go make movies right now. But, you know, Dune 3 is in the work, guys. Are you guys excited? Or are you guys a bit hesitant if this movie will live up to Dune Part 2? Leave your comments down below, and let's move on to our final topic here today. And our final topic here today is this. Spider-Man 4. A movie that we've been reporting on Spider-Man 4 news since as long as, you know, I think our channel has started. You know, we've been really wondering, like, who's going to direct this film, you know? Are they even going to make this film? Well, according to the Hollywood Reporter, we have our director, and we also have the start of the filming date for this film. According to them, Spider-Man 4, Destin Daniel Cretton in talks to direct. Now, it's not in talks anymore. It is confirmed that he is directing this film. He is directing the movie. And we also, the date they start filming this movie is in January, between January and February. So they're shooting this in the beginning of 2025. So I would expect this movie comes out, you know, maybe it could be possible like late 2025 it comes out, or it could be like early 2026. Now, the next big question is, which way are they going for the film? There have been, as we know, that, you know, there has been two ways that us fans want this movie to go. There has been the Marvel side, you know, the MCU, the Kevin Feige side, who wants to tell a more grounded Spider-Man movie, which I am game for. Then there's the other side. There is the second side where Sony wants to make another multiversal film. Personally, I am on the side of the grounded Spider-Man film. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you right now why I want a grounded Spider-Man film. We got what we wanted with the free Spider-Man. The one thing we thought we would never see, we saw in our free Spider-Man showing up in together No Way Home. I'm like, that's great. Now, the one thing they've never done with Tom Holland Spider-Man is they've never made it that Spider-Man has been on his own. He's always either been with Tony Stark, he was with the Avengers, or with Doctor Strange. And, this is a Spider-Man who's now on his own, who has no one around him. And it's a perfect time to introduce those Spider-Man eccentric characters that we know from Mark Webb's movies, from Sam Raimi's movies, introducing characters like Harry Osborn, introducing characters like Gwen Stacy, Felicia Hardy, Norman Osborn, all characters that we were like, where are these characters? We've seen them from the other universes in the last film, but where are these characters? We have Spider-Man on his own. You could do a crime level story. You could do a movie. A lot of people want them to do a Daredevil Spider-Man team-up movie, which I am totally in for that if they did that. Having Spider-Man, be part of the Defenders, which in some comic iterations, he has been part of the Defenders. And, personally, I would love to see, Tom Holland Spider-Man team up with Daredevil, with Iron Fist, with Luke Cage, with Moon Knight, with Elektra. These are all, street-level characters. One of the best iterations I've seen of this is the Ultimate Spider-Man run. Back when they were doing the Tobey Maguire movies, they came out with this comic book series called Ultimate Spider-Man, which is my favorite Spider-Man series of all time, because it really depicts the struggles of Peter Parker having to live with his secret identity in high school, and balancing all of his relationships. And you get a really cool comic book story there with Daredevil assembling this group of street-level heroes to go take down Kingpin. It's a really, really interesting story. If you guys have not read Ultimate Spider-Man, go read it. And, that's why I want to do it. I really want them to introduce Black Cat. Black Cat's a character I really want to see on screen one day. And also a character I really want to see is Silver Sable. You can introduce Silver Sable for the first time, which that would be really cool to see. Now, let's get to the part about Destin Daniel Cretton directing this movie. Do I think he's a good choice? I think he is the perfect choice for this film. I think he's perfect for the film. I'm going to give you a few reasons why. The Spider-Man movies so far have been really great in telling, a high school story. Kind of, like those 80 high school movies like Ferris Bueller, those type of high school movies. But the one thing I think it's been lacking is the action. The action's been okay. You got some cool action moments in the last one. But John Watts, in my opinion, he's not really an action, director. He's more of a storyteller. He likes to tell the story through dialogue, through the character interaction, and which is not a bad thing. I really enjoy those movies. I think every Spider-Man movie is $1 billion film, so no, I love John Watts, I love him. But I would really love to see, some Spider-Man action. And what Dustin was able to do with Shang-Chi with those action sequences, with that stunt work, was absolutely amazing. I think Shang-Chi has been one of the best solo Marvel movies to come out in the last few years after Endgame. And, and he's also tackling the Wonder Man series, which that is a series I'm very excited for, because Wonder Man is such an interesting character, and Simon Williams is so interesting. Now, do I think, this could be as successful as the other movies? This is not going to be No Way Home successful. I think this is going to be a $1 billion film. All the Spider-Man films have made $1 billion. And, you built up that reputation of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. People love him as Spider-Man, and I think, this is a really interesting move. And, if they do go the multiverse route, I understand it, but I'm asking Marvel, Sony, please, tell a street-level story. Show us where Spider-Man is emotionally right now. He has lost his Aunt May. He has no family left. No one remembers him. How do you move on from something like that? How do you continue to live your life when you know no one you love and no one you've been around remembers you? He is alone, and this is a chance to introduce characters like Gwen Stacy, introduce characters like Felicia Hardy, characters like Harry Osborn. You have so many opportunities right here to tell so many cool Spider-Man stories that we really did have a chance to tell before until you set it up in the last No Way Home movie. Guys, but what do you think? We have our director for Spider-Man 4 and an official filming date for the film. Leave your comments down below. And guys, that's going to be it for this video of Let's Talk About It. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys leave your comments down below, and I hope you guys like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and go check out all the other content on our channel. And I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.